What I love is that they use the pilot episode in first season, because that really is the iconic imagery that established the tone and the look for the entire series. For me to be able to help recreate those moments and give fans a unique taste and perspective on The Walking Dead, it's just something that doesn't happen all the time. So I'm really excited about it.
One of the things we love to do at Halloween Horror Nights is work with the movie makers that make these great movies or television shows. So it's fabulous for us to work with Greg Nicotero and K&B Effects. So right from the beginning, we worked really closely with Greg, and in many cases, he's producing the actual walkers that you're going to see in the attraction. They're coming right off of the original molds from the show. So that's the kind of authenticity that we strive for, and there's nothing better than working directly with the people involved in the show.
Actually, the place where we shot in Georgia was a real hospital. But I always loved like the charred,
all the
wires and stuff. It was just such a cool visual with the lights flashing and.
Yeah, you want that feeling of walking to the hospital and walking through the wires with all the exposed ductwork.
Yeah, it's cool. You know, it's funny, when we shot this, when we put all the fingers out, because there's photos of all the fingers, but in the show, you only see one pair of fingers coming out. We found an extra who had really, really cool fingers. It was all double jointed. They were all double jointed. So she brought her fingers out. We're like, you gotta use this, girl. So we literally ran her around to the back of the set, and it was just her kind of creepy fingers coming out. To actually step into it, I mean, it's definitely a dream come true for people who watch the show week after week. So for them to be able to walk down the hallway in the hospital and see the cafeteria doors with the fingers inside, it's fun for me because I was there when we shot it, and to walk on set and go, wow, it's going to give people an opportunity to experience it as if they were really there as well. You can't beat that kind of authenticity.
Another one of my favorite scenes in The Walking Dead in season 1 is when Rick comes into Atlanta and he runs into that horde of walkers, and he has to take refuge in an Abrams tank. And so my art director, production designer Chris Williams, and I started talking about it, and I'm like, oh, you know, there's no way we're going to be able to do a tank. And then Chris, I saw that look in his eye, and he was like, no, I think we can do it.
John and I wanted to really emulate Atlanta in a big way. And what we have got is a little alleyway coming to an open street scene where we've got a tank laid out. Now that tank, it's a full-size Abrams tank. Because of how tall it is, the tank is only 4 feet wide. It's kind of a sightline trick that we're playing.
You know, when Walking Dead first debuted, I watched every episode. I watched the pilot, and then that same night I watched episode 2, 3, 4, and from there on I just watched the whole thing in one fell swoop. And by the time we started talking to AMC about working together, we were extremely well versed in the show. We knew all the great scenes, all the great characters we wanted to feature, and now we get to bring it all to life.